engineering is not the best career for you to follow. Yes, your parents were wrong based on a true story. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I will be sharing with you my entrepreneur journey. But before I start doing those videos, I said why not make a quick video for my friends, for my relatives, just the younger generation as a whole, about career advice. Let's talk about the Hathi in the room. If you're a desi kid, you've probably been taught that engineering is the best career awaiting you, or you have heard this all your life, and you are either studying engineering at the moment or have got a degree in engineering and now are stuck in a job that you absolutely hate. Believe me, I was there, but now I have found my element and I'm loving it. So before I can explain why engineering is not the epitome of careers, let me give you guys some context. I think it's really important so that we desi kids can stop stressing about getting the best GPAs and landing a job in an international or multinational company. And to do that, you need to understand work as a whole over the course of human history. So let us begin. 250,000 years ago, man is a hunter-gatherer. Most men live in isolated tribes and hunted together. That was the only career, looking for food. And man would teach his offspring how to hunt, and then that generation would teach it to the next. And so the hunting knowledge transferred from one generation to the next. Progress was slow due to lack of communication. As I said, tribes were isolated from each other. So then about 50,000 years ago, man learned agriculture. And instead of exploring the land and hunting for food, man could designate a piece of land and grow his crops. This also meant people started to live together around the piece of land, and hence we see towns and villages and cities come into being. With this, communication improved, and at this time, man and cattle were used to grow crops, to make farming efficient. This meant not all men had to work for food. Hence, some people started to explore other avenues or other careers, such as music, art, science, basically careers that had nothing to do with food directly. And then innovation in the new field finally led to the industrial age. Yes, man could now replace cattle and some manpower with machines, but machines needed operators, and those operators needed to be trained. And as the machines became more complex, so did the training. Communications become even better, and the world advances at a higher rate. It was post-World War II when most of the first world countries were recovering from the devastation of war, and third world countries were laying down their infrastructure, that engineering became such a sought-after career. Now note, this is the same time and generation of our parents. They saw engineering being such a good career, and that is why they advise you guys to become engineers as well. Then in the 1990s, computers become mainstream, and now man could train or program computers to operate machines. This was the first time when the world started to see a decline in the need for engineers and manpower. And then with the advent of the internet, the world started to change at an exponential rate. No longer was one generation's advice applicable to the next. And who knows, most of the information in these videos might be obsolete if you're seeing this 5 years from now. I drew a graph here which is supposed to represent human history and career history over time. So if you take time at the bottom and we take change, then different time periods, so the hunting age, agriculture age, post-World War, and then the internet and computers, we see that during hunting age, if a generation would tell their next generation how to hunt, that was good enough because there was no rapid change in their environment. And that is how one generation would make sure the next generation would survive. The parents always want their offspring to survive. That is the only instinct that they have. And that's the same case with our parents when they're telling us to do an engineering degree, for example. Same goes for agriculture. Parents would tell their kids on the best way to do farming, and that would equip them to survive. Then post-World War, when everybody was trying to rebuild, engineering became a hard career. That is what your parents learned, if either they were engineers themselves or they saw the other people who were engineers thrive, and they learned to teach you to be engineers as well. However, with the advent of computers and the internet, change in the world is so rapid, or that information is no longer applicable to our world today, you would probably be the first generation that doesn't teach their offspring a specific set of skills, but rather would teach them to always adapt and learn on the go as the world changes around them. With all that being said, I want to reiterate, engineering is an amazing field that keeps pushing mankind forward. It's because of engineers you're watching this video from thousands of miles away, on your smartphone, in your toilet. Like Elon Musk said, engineering is the closest thing to magic. You should do engineering if that is something that excites you, drives you, or you're passionate about. But if you're a desi kid whose parents have told him that engineering is the only option for you, well, here's the reality check. It's no longer the 1970s. And thank you guys for watching the video till the end. I hope it has been slightly valuable. If you think it is something that your friends might find useful, please do share it. This is officially my first YouTube video, so I would love some constructive criticism in the comments below. In the next video, I'll be covering a taboo subject in desi culture, money. Until next time, bye bye.